All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on something really cool, a technique in cinema that's super powerful, but maybe not talked about enough. Eye acting. It's that secret weapon that makes for those performances that just glue you to your seat. It's like this silent language that can say way more than a whole page of dialogue. So yeah, let's get into what makes it so incredibly powerful.
So it really all boils down to this one simple idea. We talk all the time about dialogue, about movement, about big emotional expressions, but the source material we're looking at today says something really clear. An actor's most basic, and you could argue most important skill? It's all in the eyes. That's the thing that really lets them just dominate the screen.
Just think about it for a second. We've all been there, right? You're watching a movie and you are just completely hooked by a character who hasn't even said a word. It's just this silent, intense stare. And you can feel everything, the tension, what they're thinking, the whole emotional weight of the scene, all from just one look. That's the magic we're going to break down today.
Okay, so Section 1, the power to overwhelm. And believe me, it really is a power. This isn't just about, looking sad or angry. It's about projecting this energy that is so strong, it can literally overwhelm everyone in the room. We're talking about a force that can dominate not just the other actors in the scene, but the entire audience too. Yeah, it's the silent force that can literally make an entire audience gasp. The really great actors, the legends, they know how to harness this. Think about a totally quiet, still scene. A single focused look can build more suspense and tell you more about a character than 10 pages of dialogue could ever hope to. It's that controlled, deliberate stillness. That's what makes us all hold our breath. So, what is eye acting, really? Let's get into a proper definition, because it's definitely more than just a simple glance.
Okay, so here's the textbook definition. At its core, it's a technique where an actor uses almost no movement to create the biggest possible impact, right? Their gaze becomes the absolute focal point of the scene. They use it to grab your attention, to show you everything from pure love to terrifying menace, and, this part is key, to put some serious psychological pressure on people.
And you can see just how it works right here. A powerful look can literally make other characters shrink back. It creates this very real pressure. And it immediately shows you who's in charge, who has the dominance in that space. And what's cool is by doing all that, it just pulls us, the audience, so much deeper into the story. We're right there with them, feeling what they're feeling. All right, next up, the writer's strongest weapon. Now, here's a twist you might not see coming. You'd think this amazing acting tool starts with the actor on set, right? Nope. It actually starts way earlier, on the writer's blank page. Yeah, check out this quote from our source material. For eye acting to really land, it has to be planned. The writer has to, and I love this word, meticulously design where a character is looking, when they look, and even how their gaze moves. It's not just acting, it's like cinematic architecture. And that right there, that totally reframes how you think about some of the most iconic performances, doesn't it? They're not just these lucky accidents or some amazing bit of improv. No way. The most powerful silent moments in film are often designed, they're constructed and written right into the DNA of the script. And this is basically the writer's playbook for doing it. First, you gotta know what your character wants or what their conflict is in that scene. Then, you pinpoint the perfect strategic moment for that big impact. And finally, you get super specific in the script. Are we talking a hard stare, a slow scan of the room, a quick sudden glance? Every single one of those details matters. Okay, so the writer has done their job, they've laid the groundwork, now the torch is passed to the actor. And this is where the words on the page become a real performance. It's basically the ultimate test of an actor's skill. And this really gets to the heart of it. On one hand, you have the challenge. This is, by pretty much all accounts, one of the hardest skills for an actor to really nail. There's just nowhere to hide. But, on the other hand, you've got the reward. If they can pull it off, if they can master it, it becomes the single most powerful weapon they have to show the world just how incredible they are.
And that's why, in the end, it's seen as the truest measure of an actor's ability. To command an entire scene with nothing but your eyes, that takes total mastery of your craft. It takes a super deep understanding of who your character is and just insane control. It's really what separates the good actors from the absolute legends. So next time you're watching a movie, really pay attention to those quiet, intense moments. Watch the eyes. And that kind of leaves us with one last question for you. Thinking about all the movies you've ever seen, who do you think is the true master of eye acting? Who just nails it every single time?